Hey Insiders, it's Rachel here, and today I want to talk about how to decide what video to make next. So in particular, that's how to use data and gather information to find inspiration and opportunities for all your new content ideas. So I want to touch on three things: market research, so that's how to go about finding viewer needs and opportunities; then tools and data, so the actual sources that you can use to find information about people, viewers, and their interests; and then making decisions, so how you apply and interpret all the information that you've gathered to make decisions about your channel and your content. So let's get to it. So the first thing you want to look into is demand. Is there already a desire for this type of content? This can help you better set expectations about how your content's going to perform, because it really is going to impact what is the size of your potential audience. You might want to look at the type of content you're creating and think about, is this an established interest? Like something that there's already lots of YouTube videos about and people are already watching? Or am I creating an original series where I have to generate interest in something entirely new, which may take a little bit more time? And to understand demand, there's a few different tools you can use. Of course, there's Google Trends, which I mention in every video because it's a really powerful public tool to compare interest in different topics and size them. You can ask viewers directly what they might want more of, like posting in your community tab and saying, if I were to make this new video, is that something that you'd be interested in or watch? And we are trying to build more of these tools directly into YouTube Analytics, like that experimental search feature that might look like this, to help you size interest in a given topic. And so what you're really trying to understand is how many people may be interested in this? Like, what is my potential audience size? One of the best ways that I like to do this is, of course, searching for similar videos on YouTube and checking out their view counts. Putting this into an example, let's say I want to start a channel about trains, which is something that I am personally a big fan of. So first, I would just watch a lot of videos about trains and try and understand what the potential audience size is for different types of content. So something that's really broadly appealing, maybe there's a lot of train videos about famous train journeys, and those get really high viewership, versus something that's more niche interest, which is like model train enthusiasts, or maybe people even interested in train spotting. So once I understand the potential audience size, I can better understand the opportunity. So understanding demand, which is something that really impacts your impressions and your potential audience size, is absolutely step one. Next, you want to build an idea of an audience profile in your mind. So who are your potential viewers and what do they enjoy? And here, you're really trying to understand, how do you tailor your content for specific people and what they love? And the audience tab in analytics is the best place to start. So you can start with other videos and channels your audience is watching, look at demographic, age, country, device type, and you're just trying to figure out, how do your viewers watch YouTube, why they're watching these videos? Again, this will help you really make sure that you're catering to what they love. And so going back to the train example, I would be trying to figure out different audience profiles and figure out what type of viewer am I going after? Are these people who watch train videos because for ambiance, they have it on for relaxation? Are these people who actually like traveling and riding in trains? And then in that case, I need to give them travel advice. Or are these people who are real enthusiasts? They like train spotting and they're experts in the subject. Or are these more hobbyists, people looking to make and collect model trains? And so I might build out different profiles and figure out what is the type of person that I'm going after, what are their interests, and how do I optimize and tailor my content for a person like this. And so start on the audience tab of analytics and think about really who am I making this video for. The next thing you want to understand is competition. And that's really looking at what other videos are out there and what are the gaps or opportunities. And this is where you want to watch a lot of YouTube. You want to consume things that are related to what you want to create or things that you think your viewers are interested in already. And what you want to ask yourself while you're doing this exercise is, can I make something better or different than what already exists to stand out? So going back to the train example, making something better than what already exists. Let's say I've identified there's lots of videos about the Trans-Siberian route. There's lots of interest because this is a historical route everybody wants to go on. But there's no videos of people reviewing the experience in different classes. What if I travel on third, second, or first class? So I think I could make a better video than all of the others to stand out. Making something different is finding a gap in the market. So let's say that there's lots of interest in Trans-Siberian, but there's not a lot of videos about the best routes to take in the Highlands. So I'm going to focus on reviewing the best train journeys in Scotland. So again, you're looking for, how do I make my piece of content stand out on the internet when there's more things than ever for people to watch by making something better or different than what exists today. My last idea is not coming from Rachel, the product manager, but just Rachel, the person. And that's that I really believe that everyone is creative and that it's a muscle that you can train versus an innate talent that you're born with. And I watched an interesting documentary recently on creativity. And it posed the question that it was like, what is creativity, but combining existing information or ideas in new, interesting ways? And one of the ways that you could practice that is exposing yourself to lots of different things. So maybe that's, again, videos, watching lots of different things, new creators, art, books, music, paintings, different foods. They can all help with inspiration, and you're looking to really, seeing and doing new things that are novel to you can always help spark new ideas. And I wish you the best. And I was hoping that in the comment section that you may have your own creative process that you could share with other creators. So share below like what you do to find content inspiration, your best tips and advice. I'd love to hear it from the community directly because you're the creative ones. I hope that was helpful. As always, keep it real.